You know, we are going to be making one of the greatest, fascinating sandwich combos in the history of mankind. My whole reasoning behind this is why do I have to choose? So we're going to make a smash burger, spicy, crispy chicken sandwich combo. And the spicy chicken sandwich combo is going to rival that of, if you know anything about Wendy's, their spicy chicken sandwich. I model my chicken sandwich after that. It is so good. But we're going to add a bunch of ingredients. So I want to get started with this, and I want to prepare you for this battle. So that way we both win. The only question that I actually have in this whole entire thing is, do I use French brioche, which I normally use for spicy chicken sandwiches? And you can see all the videos that I made on the chicken sandwiches, they all use brioche buns. Or when I make smash burgers, I actually use sesame seed buns. I think we're going to use sesame seed buns today because they're bigger. But stay with me. So I've already done some vegetable prep. I got tomatoes. I got jalapenos. I got some sliced onions. I already did the meat prep. I already cleaned 2 chicken thighs. And I actually even have a video on this. If you're interested, you can look at my food playlist. And the pricing between boneless and doing it yourself is insane. So I just did it myself. So for this sandwich, I'm going to use 1/3 pound of ground beef mince, and I've already spiced it, and I'll go over the spices with you. I got my secret sauce, and I'll share that with you, and you can make that as spicy as you want. And then I also got my flour for the breading for the chicken sandwich. Now for the chicken sandwich, I'm using 1 thigh, but I'm going to make another one, of course. So that way I use up the breading. So let's get started on the meat spicing. For the meat spicing, I have, for, let's say 1 pound, it's going to be 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika. And I'm going to mix all of this into a little ball. I've actually added a little bit of ghost pepper in here. You can do that if you want to make it extra spicy. So for the flour, the combination for the flour is, I always start out with a 1/2 cup. So if you're doing a pound of chicken, you can use a full cup. But I always start with a 1/2 and then I just keep adding so I don't waste any flour. And I want my flour mix to be well seasoned. So for that, I will add more spices to this. But I use salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and I also added some ghost pepper to this. And that was a teaspoon of each. And sometimes I go more depending on how flavorful I want it. But since we're only making 2 patties, I just did this amount. So let's get started. We're going to make this spicy, crispy chicken sandwich smash burger. And it's going to have all the fixings on it. Let's get started. I almost forgot, you can't have a sandwich of this caliber without bacon. So I got some hardwood smoked bacon, and you definitely can't have a sandwich without some pepper jack and some cheddar cheese. So for the burger part, it's going to be cheddar. For the chicken sandwich, it's going to be some pepper jack. And we're going to get all of this done. So let's get started on breading the chicken. Stay with me during the whole recipe. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. Okay, so let's get started. We rinsed our chicken and it is wet. So we are going to dip it into the flour. And we are going to get it all floury. So your chicken should look like that. Now, once that is done, we are going to go ahead and put it into the sauce. And this sauce is 1 part Frank's Red Hot, 1 part water. So if you want a little spicier sandwich, you're going to want to use a little more Frank's Red Hot. But as you can see, for 2 pieces, that'll be beautiful. Now, before that, we are going to go ahead and put it back into the flour and get more of that breading on there. And this is going to be beautiful. So once we're done with that, then we're going to set it off to the side. And we're just going to rinse and repeat on the other piece. So we're going to go ahead and get our flour going. And that's why I say do a half cup at a time. So that way you're not wasting any flour. And look at that. Beautiful. How beautiful that is. This is going to be so amazing. You're going to want to make this and add this to your family recipe book. You're going to make this for game day. Let's go ahead and get that dipped in there. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Look how beautiful that is. That is like one of the most beautiful pieces of chicken I've ever seen. It really can't get any better than that. All right, so we got our chicken breaded. We're going to set that off to the side. We're going to cook these both at the same time. The burger and the chicken sandwich, because we want it hot. That's how we like it. So let's get this off to the side. And now let's work on the meat. Okay, so now for the meat. Remember our spices. We have a teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of paprika. I actually even added a teaspoon of jalapeno, or not jalapeno, ghost pepper. And you can get that in my store. I'll link that for you. It's actually pretty good. It's smoked. It gives it really good flavor. And it is a little spicy, but it's not too spicy. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up into a ball. And once we have that done, then we're ready. So you can mix it how you want. I'm just using a plastic bag so I don't get my hands dirty. And the whole thing is we're just going to mush it into a ball. And it's not going to matter too much. But there you have it. It's all done. Okay, so for the smash burger, I have a griddle. And one thing I also have is a cast iron masher. So we're going to go ahead and get this going. So the second part of this, for the chicken, you're going to want to get this heated. So you want to get this heated to where it's about 180, 250 degrees for your chicken. You can go a little higher if you like. So we got our griddle going. We're also going to get the bacon cooking right now. So for the bacon, what I like to do is I'm going to just use half of this. And I'm just gonna cut the pack right down the middle. I'll show you a cool trick. So this bacon, I like lots of bacon, and it's one of the key ingredients to my smash burgers. Is I like the burger soaking up that bacon grease. Oh man, I love the smell of bacon. I love the frying sound of bacon. It's so wonderful and so amazing. So we're going to get some of that bacon grease going. And my little bacon trick is I'll show you, because I'm going to use this for breakfast another day. And there you go. You put the two ends together and you're done. So let's get the bacon fried. Once we get the bacon fried, then we can make the burger and the chicken. Who likes their bacon crispy? I love crispy bacon. I even made a bacon video of all my tips and tricks. It's in my channel, on my food playlist, my high carb playlist. I love crispy bacon. It is amazing. And look how crispy that's getting. It's looking beautiful. And you know, when we get a hamburger or a chicken sandwich, how many times have we asked for bacon, or it's supposed to come with bacon, and we get like one little small piece? You can put that in the comments and tell me how you feel about that. Because, I mean, that, like, if you're ordering a sandwich that has bacon on it, I mean, come on. Put some bacon on there. I'm not talking like Baconator bacon, but you get my drift, right? So now we have the grease on the griddle, and we're gonna get our onions down and get those cooking. So you're gonna want to do this on medium heat. As far as the oil, you don't want to burn your oil, but you do want it hot. And a nice little trick that I do with some of my fried foods is I actually refrigerate them until I am actually ready to cook them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that chicken as well. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Okay, so the bacon is crispy. We're gonna just go ahead and use my trick for the bacon. I just put on a paper towel to soak up that excess grease. Oh man, some of this is looking actually pretty crispy and good. Wow, that's amazing. That cooked really fast and it cooked really good. And this griddle is also in my store if you want to buy this. This is a game changer for regular grills and stoves. In fact, any gadget that you see you can get in my store. Alright, so that's the hot part of the griddle. I got some jalapenos cut up. We're going to get those on there too. We're going to take out these big chunks. So we're going to use those for something else. But that smells amazing. Hey, don't forget about your oil. My oil is hot and ready. I'm going to go ahead and put the burger down. And we're going to smash that. Just like that. And don't worry about this. These can just go on top. I put a lot of onions on there, and that's fine. So we're going to cook this for about 12 to 16 minutes. And let's get the chicken going. Start a timer. Alright, so anytime you're dealing with grease, you're going to want to put that away from you. So we got a nice hot pan. Oh, look at that. How beautiful. So that was about a half cup of oil. That is amazing looking already. So we're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to flip it. And we want our chicken always at 165. And the patty, the smash burger, I like them crispy, so I'm going to make those at 165 degrees Fahrenheit also. So we're going to come back in another 3 minutes and flip that. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and flip the burger. I usually flip the burger about every 4 minutes. Oh, that's so beautiful. Let's get these veggies on top. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's going to complement the chicken breast so nicely. So that was about a 1/3 pound of beef. It's so beautiful. And I love this griddle because all that grease drips in the tray, so you don't have all that grease there. So we're about to flip our chicken now. It's been 5 minutes. I'm going to start toasting the bun. And I got some of that bacon grease on there, toasting it. You can use mayo, you can use olive oil, whatever your preference is for toasting the bun. And let's get that chicken flipped. All right. Oh, look at that. And I also move them around. We're going to check the temperature of the grease just to make sure. Yep, it's about 300. So, and this is another gadget that you can get, thermometer, in my store. Look at how beautiful that is. I can't even believe it. It's so beautiful. So we're going to finish cooking the chicken. We're going to finish cooking the burger in the buns, toasting them. And then I'll show you my next trick. All right. So here we go with the cheese, and I'll show you a little trick for this. Now, oh, they both are done. We're going to turn this back on low. And I'll show you my trick for melting cheese on these. And that's right, I got a pan. Grandma gave me that pan. So let's go ahead and get that cheese melted another couple of minutes. We're gonna go ahead and dress our toppings on our sandwich. So we got the toasted buns. Some people like to put mustard. I like relish. I'm gonna put a little on both sides. Got the mayo on there and the relish. And to me, probably the thing that tastes the best on these is the tomatoes. I love tomatoes on both my smash burger and my spicy crispy chicken sandwich. All right, now if you don't believe me about that pan trick, here's your proof right here. Look at that, how amazing that looks. Now, the question is what would you put on the bottom? I'm going to put the chicken on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get that chicken on the bottom. And I am going to put the burger on top. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let's get a better shot of this. Look at that yummy get in my tummy goodness. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so amazing. I can't even believe it. So let's put the top on and get a bite. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. So let's go ahead, get that bite. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for indulging me in this fantasy. Oh my gosh. That is so wonderful. Look at that. How beautiful that is. These two sandwiches alone are 30 bucks. I probably made this for about $10. I have so many great recipes. I have so many good tips. I have so many playlists filled with animal videos. There's so much content for everybody. Please add this recipe to your family recipes. Make these once a month for friends. They'll love you. Especially, oh man, that spice. I can taste that spice. Look at the steam coming off of that. It is so good. You can burn your mouth. It doesn't matter. You're not going to get a burger like this at a fast food joint. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.